It's early morning here at Huntington Beach, another day at the Honda US Open of Surfing. Hi, I'm Kanga Cairns. Well, there's two key elements that go behind the scenes to help make this contest work. One of them is, how do you find out when the waves are coming? That's with Surfline, and we're going to talk to Sean Collins. And how is the internal structure of the contest organised? And we're going to talk to the people at ASP North America. These two companies share an office up here, just behind the pier at Huntington Beach, on the third floor overlooking the entire contest site. They have a really great view of the contest and a really important piece of the whole internal structure.
My name is Sean Collins. I'm president and founder of Surfline, surfline.com. And what we do is try to figure out where the surf's going to be good so we can bolt out of the office and go surfing when it's good. But seriously, we've got millions of people around the world that want to do the same thing these days, and so we created surfline.com, and that's a great big website that analyzes the surf around the world, and the whole idea is to try to get surfers in the right spot at the right time. We take a lot of weather information from different sources like NOAA, the U.S. Navy, international sources. We create our own information data with our own spotters, and try to take all this information and mold it into kind of like a global swell model. For example, there's an atmospheric wind model that runs all the winds around the globe, and winds create waves. And we take that information and we kind of juice it up or down a little bit based upon our knowledge as far as trying to correct the wind speeds around the world. And then we put it into a swell model, a WaveWatch 3 model that we have running on our own servers, and kind of like putting a bunch of stuff in a blender and then building the output around the world as far as deep water swells in the oceans. But that's just if you're a boater or a mariner, then that's great, but we aren't. We're surfers, and we're really more interested about what the wave's going to do when they reach the shore, and that's a whole third-dimensional, complicated process of figuring out, okay, we've got a 4-foot swell at 20 seconds in deep water off Southern California, but trestles might be 4 feet, but Huntington Beach might be 10 feet. And that's because the difference in the bottom in the continental shelf and different areas that'll grab and magnify swells in certain areas and actually take it away and make it smaller in other areas. So that whole process, I thought I was just going to be a surf forecaster, but now you got to do all this oceanography stuff to understand all the ocean bottom contours to figure out where the waves are going to be good. And that's the real kind of secret, to good surf along the coast.
So how do you make waves for the US Open at Huntington Beach?
Just roll the dice and hope to come. Really. We don't make waves. We're just a messenger kind of a thing. But for the U.S. Open at Huntington Beach, first of all, at Huntington Pier, that's overall the most consistent surf spot in Southern California. It's got good exposure to the west and the south and the southeast. Where most of our swells come from. Now for this week, we actually have 3 swells. We have little northwest wind swell, which is more of a small local swell coming in from winds outside the offshore islands, and then we also have some small to medium-sized southern hemisphere swell from a couple of storms down off New Zealand about 10 days ago to 2 weeks ago, and those are going to be about shoulder high occasionally if they hit a high, but more importantly we've got a real active tropical situation down off Mexico and Baja, where we just had Hurricane Daniel, and now we have Hurricane Alita coming up, and that one looks like that could give us some fun surf towards the end of the week. So this week we're looking at fun surf, mostly from southern hemisphere and hurricane, shoulder high, occasionally head high, and then towards Friday and the weekend it could get a little bit better if this next hurricane comes up the coast of Baja. It looks pretty good, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that the waves will start pumping by the weekend.
Yeah, the reason I'm at the US Open of Surfing is because it's the biggest spectator surfing event in the world. It's bigger than any of our WCT events. Draws a massive crowd and draws all the big names just because it's at Huntington. And our vision and plan for ASP North America, since we became a branch of ASP International on the 1st of December last year, is basically to provide more opportunities for American surfers to get on the Dream Tour, to get on there with Andy and Kelly and Taj and Parko and Oki, and travel the world surfing the best waves with the other best surfers in the world.
I'm Meg Bernardo. I'm considered executive manager for ASP North America, which is a branch office of ASP International.
What we'll do is you didn't go in yesterday to get
here in Huntington Beach overlooking the US Open of surfing, and you must be busy.
We're so busy. We've had hundreds of competitors, lots of people just coming in the office, draws a huge crowd, pretty much the biggest of any WQS in the world. Very busy.
Surfline and the ASP play an important role in everything that happens in professional surfing, and it's really interesting to see their role here at Huntington Beach. I'm Kanga Cairns. I'll see you next time.